Today, I'm gonna show you why alcohol makes your brain feel bad the next day, what you can do to make yourself feel better. So when you're not drinking alcohol, your brain feels good, but it doesn't necessarily feel great. It's not overloading on any specific endorphins or anything like that. But when you drink alcohol, you go into a state where you start to feel really good. So basically what happens is when you drink alcohol, alcohol is binding to specific receptors on your brain called GABA, and this is making you feel relaxed, carefree, and generally good. The problem is that what goes up must come down. And so when alcohol starts leaving your bloodstream, as your blood alcohol concentration goes down, then you end up going into a state of rebound. And this is what makes you feel irritated, stressed, and generally bad. And generally the next day you feel deflated. Of course, a lot of people will then turn to hair of the dog or Bloody Marys, which is where they basically just drink more alcohol the next day. And as you can guess, that makes them feel good. At some point, you are going to have to pay the piper and feel deflated. 50 to 60% of the reason you feel bad is GABA rebound. GABA rebound leads to sleep disturbances, the light and sound sensitivity, the loss of appetite and queasiness, the head discomfort, the brain fog, and yes, if you drank enough, the shakes. Now, alcohol ruins your sleep, and drinking more alcohol the next day makes you feel better, even though you're getting more dehydrated because of GABA rebound. The reason we would say that GABA rebound is the main reason you feel bad the day after drinking alcohol is because if you drink more alcohol the next day, then by the time you get to the same BAC that you were at the day before, you'll feel totally fine. Of course, now your BAC is the same as it was the day before, and that's not a sustainable way to live. But it proves our point that the reason you're feeling so bad is primarily because of GABA rebound. If it weren't, then drinking alcohol the next day wouldn't be so wildly effective at making you feel better. So what can you do about this problem? Well, the first thing is you could just decide not to drink alcohol. However, if you are going to make the adult decision to responsibly consume alcohol, ideally you drink less because then you'll have less total rebound. But you can also use something called Cheers Restore, which has a flavonoid in it called dihydramycin, or DHM for short. Let me show you. You drink alcohol, and that makes you feel good. And then, rather than just trying to drink water, which is what most people do, you actually consume something called dihydramycin. What's going to happen is rather than going from something to nothing, this is kind of like lukewarm water. And so the alcohol is leaving your bloodstream, but you're actually replacing it with something called dihydramycin. And dihydramycin is going to bind to the same brain receptor that alcohol binds to, and by doing so, it's going to buffer this rebound so that you don't crash the next day and you don't feel completely deflated. We are basically back to our baseline level state, which is not overexcited like it was with the alcohol, but nor is it completely deflated like it was with the ice water. If you administer Cheers Restore with or as close to your last alcoholic drink as possible, then what's going to happen is the dihydramycin is actually going to be getting into your bloodstream and binding to the same brain receptors that alcohol binds to as alcohol is leaving your system, helping to prevent that crash so that you sleep better and end up waking up feeling better the next day. This right here is our 1 dose. You can find it at 7-Eleven, Circle K, and a whole lot more places coming soon. It's typically $5 a dose. This right here is our 3-pack, and you can find it at Walgreens, CVS, and a whole lot of grocery stores, and you can typically get it for $4 a dose. This right here is our value pack, which you can get on TikTok Shop and that website run by Jeff Bezos, as well as our website where you can typically get it for a little less than $3 a dose. So if you're going to drink booze, that is going to make your brain feel good. And then you have a choice. You can either drink just water, which is going to help you rehydrate, but not do anything for your GABA receptors, or you could use Cheers Restore, which is going to help you buffer that rebound so that you wake up feeling better the next day. So whether you're drinking wine, spirits, or beers, always remember to cheers.